This is a new amusement park in North Korea's capital, Pyongyang. People are enjoying a momentary break from daily life. More and more recreational facilities are opening around the country. The people who use them are mainly officials of the Korean Workers' Party, the military, and their families. The man behind them is Kim Jong-un, the ruling party's first secretary and North Korea's leader. It was Kim who had his uncle and guardian purged in December 2013. In April, Kim reorganized the country's leadership lineup to solidify his power base. North Korea has become increasingly isolated under a series of international economic sanctions. The country is in financial straits. How has the totalitarian regime managed to stay in power? We posed this question to North Korean defectors, including people who were once high-ranking officials in the leadership's inner circle.
You may find it difficult to understand why only senior officials have affluent lifestyles. But if you look into North Korea's unique hidden economy, you'll see how the leadership secures funds and maintains the regime.
What exactly is this hidden economy? Our investigations in several countries revealed the existence of secret funds that only the supreme leader can freely use.
Kim Jong-un's funds are foreign currency brought in from abroad. It's thought $3 to $4 billion are sitting in an underground vault.
How are massive funds for sustaining the regime generated, and how are they used? We'll explore the connection between money and power in North Korea. More than 2 years have passed since Kim Jong-un took control. The capital is undergoing a big transformation. Isn't this wonderful? It's the most modern place in Pyongyang. These new condominiums are in the city center. The residents are said to have been chosen for their contributions to the country. This husband and wife were rewarded for being exemplary workers. The moment I saw this place, I just fell in love with it. Everything is nice and of the highest grade. It's a comfortable place to live. Soon after they moved in, Kim Jong-un and his wife paid a visit. The occasion was broadcast on state-run TV.
경애하는 원수님께 가족들은 자기들에게 이런 궁전 같은 집이 차려질 줄은 꿈에도 상상하지 못했는데 이렇게 사랑의 선물까지 가슴 가득 안겨주시니 정말 고맙다고 격정의 말씀을 올렸습니다.
Giving homes and other luxury items in exchange for loyalty is part of the North Korean practice of gift politics. The recipients range from ordinary citizens to higher-ups in the ruling party and the military. A former senior government official who defected and now lives in Seoul has inside knowledge of gift politics. Until the mid-1990s, Kang Myung-do worked in North Korea at an organization directly controlled by the leader.
Winning the hearts of senior officials, that's the objective of gift politics. The recipients believe the supreme leader thinks highly of them. They're just about moved to tears, and a sense of allegiance swells naturally in their hearts. The aim is to make people feel they would die for their leader.
The person who began gift politics was Kim Jong-un's father, the late General Secretary Kim Jong-il. In the early 1970s, he emerged as the successor to his father, Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea. He showered his supporters with expensive gifts and ruthlessly removed those who opposed him. This effective use of carrots and sticks enabled him to firmly establish power. Kang says the organization he worked for has a section designated to procuring and distributing gifts. He says the staff gathered luxury goods from all over the world.
We were busy, especially before New Year and the Supreme Leader's birthday. Germany, Austria, Guangdong province in China, and Macau. Staff were sent there to buy presents for senior officials.
Vienna was one of the officials' regular shopping destinations. A man who says he was once involved in gift buying agreed to an interview. Kim Jong-rul was in charge of managing luxury cars for North Korea's senior officials. He says that over a 20-year period, he was often sent to Europe to buy cars and other extravagant goods. He was given detailed instructions, along with a list of items to purchase. The gifts officials received varied by type and price, according to their rank.
Limousines, Mercedes-Benz cars. I bought all sorts of expensive items. I even purchased gold-plated hunting rifles. I had to get everything on the list, or I'd be disobeying orders. I had no choice.
Kim Jong-il's gift politics is said to have become progressively more extravagant. If he gave cheaper gifts or stopped altogether, subordinates' loyalty might waver.
You have to always give something better than before. Otherwise, a present could have a negative effect. So, Kim Jong-il put top priority on gift politics.
Kim Jong-un inherited this method of governing. The young leader doesn't just give presents, but also builds recreational facilities where senior officials, their families, and other people can enjoy themselves. Sources say he spends some $600 million a year on gift politics, about twice as much as his father did.
Kim Jong-un's power base is weak, so he has to give out more presents. If people receive fewer gifts, they would say he's less of a leader than his father was.
Where does Kim Jong-un obtain such huge amounts of money? People with inside knowledge say he uses a system that's unique to North Korea. Kim Kwon-jin was an executive at North Korea's finance division before he defected to South Korea. He's known as one of the foremost experts on North Korea's economy. He says North Korea has two distinct economies. One is the people's economy for the general public. The other is the royal court economy and is controlled by the leader.
The supreme leader has created his own economy that he personally manages, separate from the national coffers. The royal court economy is the financial foundation of the Kim dynasty.
The people's economy is a typical socialist economic system. Citizens use plans compiled by the party and the cabinet to produce goods and services. They receive supplies in return. The distribution of supplies constituted the backbone of the people's economy. The government guaranteed that it would provide citizens with all of their food and daily essentials. But Kim Jong-il started using public funds as his own property to strengthen his power. That's how the royal court economy began. The supreme leader siphoned off large amounts of money that he could use as he wished, without seeking the party's approval. He used the money for gift politics and also for military projects, such as developing missiles and nuclear weapons. The royal court economy has expanded at the expense of the people's economy and is now believed to account for more than 60% of the nation's entire economic activity. In the meantime, many citizens live in poverty. In the 1990s, the distribution of supplies that the public relied on effectively collapsed. Because of that and natural disasters, huge numbers of people died of starvation.
The royal court economy is the nourishment that maintains the Kim dynasty. It is a parasite that sticks a straw into the people's economy and sucks out the flesh. It's like a cancer on socialism.
How are the massive funds that support the royal court economy collected? Our research shows that North Korea has an organization dedicated to that task. A former senior official told us where it is.
This is room 39. All the money it gathers goes to the leader.
He says it's an organization located in central Pyongyang, known as Room 39. It has played a key role in supporting the royal court economy. Sources say Room 39 controls all sorts of businesses, from trading companies and mines to farms and livestock producers. The foreign currency collected by Room 39 flows directly to the supreme leader. It's kept separate from the state budget. The former official says the money is stored in party headquarters near Room 39.
At the party's three-story headquarters, there's a sturdy facility, like an underground palace. It holds huge amounts of Japanese yen, dollars, and euros.
It's unclear just how much foreign currency the people at Room 39 have helped to gather. but is estimated to amount to more than half of the billions of dollars the country receives in foreign currency revenues each year. The royal court economy is made possible by massive amounts of foreign funds. We visited one of Room 39's operational hubs, Macau, to find out how it works. Macau's regulation of financial institutions has traditionally been loose. Because of this, the territory attracts money, both legal and illegal, from around the world. A former high-ranking North Korean official who worked in Macau until recently agreed to talk to us on condition of anonymity.
It's so easy to move money in Macau. There's no place like it for making secret deals. That's why Macau was selected.
The man guided us to a certain place.
Room 39 had an office here.
He says he used to meet military-related personnel from different countries here. They would discuss weapons deals, a major source of foreign currency. The weapons were destined for Southeast Asian nations like Vietnam and Myanmar, those in the Middle East such as Iran and Syria, and even some countries in Africa.
I earned a lot of foreign currency through the weapons trade. I sent the money to North Korea through Macau.
How were these top-secret transactions made? We heard in detail from a former senior military official who was directly involved in the deals.
We had buyers visit Pyongyang as government envoys. We showed them weapons at the factories and negotiated prices. We signed contracts using false product names, such as printers.
He says deceptive measures were also used during transport.
We have filled containers with weapons and moved them to another ship at a Chinese port. Then we piled other goods on top of the weapons and filed forged papers.
North Korea has benefited greatly from the arms trade. The deals are believed to have provided as much as $1 billion in foreign currency a year. Governments are now working together to cut off the North's funding sources. A non-governmental organization in the U.S. received a request from the United Nations for information. Trans Arms monitors North Korea's weapons trafficking.
208 active North Korean flagged.
The group keeps track of North Korean vessels and aircraft around the clock. Staff check location data from satellites against official paperwork and try to spot suspicious movements.
Destination is Diane. However, this ship...
But Finardi says the ship does not seem to be staying on course.
Rizal or Diana destination.
Closer monitoring has led to a number of raids on North Korean vessels. In July 2013, authorities seized a large shipment of arms in the Panama Canal from a North Korean cargo ship. Hidden under large bags of sugar were fighter jets and disassembled missiles. Governments are also joining hands to stop the flow of money to and from North Korea. The first target was Banco Delta Asia, a small bank based in Macau. The U.S. government forced BDA to freeze accounts held by North Korea in 2005. North Korea had been settling accounts with its worldwide business partners through this institution. The bank froze North Korea's accounts. This cut off an important channel for conducting international transactions and funneling money to Pyongyang.
No banks will do business with them, especially in the Western countries, like the market in Hong Kong. It's a financial major market. Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore.
David Asher was involved in the decision to impose financial sanctions. He says officials thoroughly investigated North Korea's accounts at BDA.
Banco Delta linked into banks all over the world and bank accounts all over the world. We mapped out how their regime financed from Kim's perspective. And our goal was to send a message to Kim that if he didn't cooperate, we could cut him off personally, and he would be held responsible.
How does North Korea's leadership obtain foreign currency now? This man is the former high-ranking official who was in charge of procuring foreign funds in Macau. He says North Korea has remained active here even since the sanctions took effect. He led us to a place that's separate from the office used for arms deals. It's on a street lined with small shops.
The door's closed. There's no sign.
He says gold is traded here. North Korea's gold deposits are among the largest in the world. As arms deals became increasingly difficult, officials tried to earn foreign currency by selling gold and other mineral resources.
All the gold is gathered here. Hundreds of kilos are brought by plane.
The man tells us that gold transactions are always conducted in cash. No money passes through bank accounts, so no trace of the transactions exists.
Since the UN sanctions began, the country has earned money with gold. They sold it in Macau last year, too. Cash, all in cash.
The North Koreans use illegal means to move the precious metal. Hong Seung-kyung is a former diplomat who worked at the North Korean embassy in Thailand. He says he was ordered to transport gold using the diplomatic immunity that exempted him from baggage inspections.
We used our diplomatic passports to smuggle it out without going through customs. Diplomats at most North Korean embassies engage in such illegal activities.
The international community is engaged in a battle with North Korea, whose leaders are determined to obtain foreign currency. A tug of war continues behind the scenes. Kim Jong-un is resorting to various means of scraping together foreign currency in a bid to keep his grip on power. But there are signs that it's becoming increasingly difficult for him to keep the royal court economy going. A scholar has picked up on signs that something unusual is happening. Kim Sun-chul defected in the 1990s. For more than a decade, he's been studying North Korea's power structure. He's been analyzing Kim Jong-un's recent movements. He found out that Kim is offering fewer presents than before and is relying on words of thanks instead.
Records of Kim Jong-un's inspection tours say he expressed gratitude. This means a gift of words only. Compared to 2 years ago, the number of such gifts jumped last year. I believe this shows that funds for the royal court economy are getting tighter.
The royal court economy is crucial for Kim Jong-un to maintain power. The leader is under pressure to find new ways of earning foreign currency. The Mansudae Art Studio is a player in this scheme. It produces bronze propaganda statues for the government in Pyongyang. Its artisans have produced every statue of the country's leaders. Now, they're using their skills in other parts of the world. Their works can even be found in Africa, 13,000 kilometers from North Korea. In Senegal's capital, Dakar, a huge bronze stands on a hill. The 50-meter artwork is taller than the Statue of Liberty and cost around $25 million to build. It was created by the Mansudae Art Studio. 60 workers from North Korea spent more than 2 years building it. This man worked with them.
These men in the picture are from North Korea. They are true craftsmen. They can do everything, from welding to stone cutting.
Of the total construction cost of $25 million, it's said that half was paid to North Korea.
Oh yeah, well, what I can tell you is that they were very happy with this project. They did make money, they were very happy, and I guess after that they're still in Senegal and looking for other projects here in Senegal and elsewhere in Africa.
In March, a new statue was completed in Namibia in southern Africa. North Korean craftsmen built it too. Representatives wearing Kim Il-sung badges attended the unveiling ceremony. North Korea has crafted nearly 30 statues and structures in Africa. The government is also earning foreign currency by mobilizing thousands of workers. Even ordinary citizens are being sent overseas. This is Ulaanbaatar, the capital of Mongolia. In mid-March, more than 50 North Korean laborers were seen at an apartment construction site. They work in the bitter cold. The crew is under constant surveillance by North Korean authorities.
Is it colder than in North Korea?
I like it better in North Korea. It's our home.
This man is the president of the Mongolian construction company. He pays each worker a monthly salary of about $500. Yet most of that money is said to wind up in the hands of North Korea's government.
They seem to get enough cash to buy cigarettes and sweets, but no more. I think North Korea is getting quite a lot of money.
North Korean women work at a sewing factory in Mongolia. In the past, leaders in Pyongyang strictly limited people's mobility to minimize their exposure to information from abroad. But they've abandoned that principle and have been sending a stream of workers overseas. It's estimated that there are now 100,000 North Koreans working around the world. North Korea is doing whatever it can to earn foreign currency. But it seems they can't gather enough funds to keep the royal court economy afloat. The shortage of funds triggered a power struggle at the top. The result was the purge in December 2013 of Chang Song-taek, the de facto number 2 in North Korea's leadership. Chang was Kim Jong-un's uncle. As Kim's advisor, Chang was given the task of getting the economy back on its feet. What happened between the two men? Kim Jong-un officially took office in 2012. When Chang visited China that year, he was received by Hu Jintao, who was then president. Kim expected Chang to leverage his Chinese to obtain foreign currency. Chang was trying to promote Chinese-style reforms and more openness. One symbol of his efforts was North Korea's Rason Special Economic Zone. A large shopping center was built in the zone with Chinese funding. There's also a hotel with a casino. Chang tried to earn foreign currency by attracting Chinese companies to the economic zone. Money and power began to flow toward Chang. He was the head of the party's administration department. Until then, Room 39 was used to channel foreign currency to Kim Jong-un. But Chang's administration department began to gain influence over the mines and trading companies that generated the funds. As a result, foreign currency began accumulating around him. It's thought that Kim began to fear that Chang would seize the money. Kim Sun-chul has been following Kim Jong-un's movements. He thinks the money enabled Chang to begin wielding more power.
Chan started doing as he wished. That, and the fact that First Secretary Kim was in need of funds, resulted in the purge. In the end, it came down to a battle over who gets the money.
In December 2013, Chang was held responsible for the economic problems of the nation and executed.
제 놈에 있던 부서가 나라의 중요 경제 부문들을 다 고도지어 내각을 무력화시킴으로써 나라의 경제와 인민 생활을 수습할 수 없는 파국으로 몰아가려고 핵책하였다. 제 놈에 있던 부서를 그 누구도 다치지 못하는 소왕국으로 만들어 놓았다. 중앙검찰서
Some experts question how much power Chang really had. Kim Kwon-jin is an expert on North Korea's economy. He thinks Chang was trying to normalize economic conditions.
In North Korea, the leader himself has upended the people's economy. Chang aimed to create a society where people could live in prosperity. I think he was trying to rebuild the economy using foreign currency.
No one knows what Chang's true intention was. Kim Jong-un purged Chang. That caused relations with China to deteriorate and further limited North Korea's channels for obtaining foreign currency. Yet another recreational facility has opened in North Korea. It's a large-scale ski resort.
몸소 삭도를 타시고 그 안전성까지 yo해하시며 스키주로 종점으로 오르시었습니다.
Kim Jong-un continues gift politics to maintain his hold on power. But the cost of constructing facilities is mounting. It's said that financing them is becoming more and more difficult.
Everyone knows the current system is wrong. Why is it that only North Korea is impoverished? Officials know how building recreational facilities will negatively impact the economy.
In March, Japan and North Korea held their first high-level government talks in more than a year. It's believed the North Koreans want Japan to ease economic sanctions. It's said they'll try to use the unresolved abductions of Japanese nationals as a bargaining chip. What does the future hold for North Korea?
Kim Jong-un's regime is under pressure to govern, even as the volume of foreign currency keeps shrinking. As military chiefs and party leaders fight over a smaller pie, the power structure will gradually become unstable.
The The international community must cut funds for the royal court economy that torments the people of North Korea. The problem must be addressed as soon as possible. There must be a global effort.
For 40 years, the royal court economy has supported North Korea's power structure. As funds dwindle, will North Korea open up, or will it continue to provoke other nations? The world is watching.